Understanding your options after graduation, structuring your time effectively, and preparing for the transition from student to professional life can help you feel more confident about what's next. Navigating life as an international student is exciting, but it can also feel overwhelming, especially when you're balancing studies, job searching, and planning for the future all at once. Understanding your options after graduation, structuring your time effectively, and preparing for the transition from student to professional life can help you feel more confident about what's next. So let's break it down. How long does a job search take? And what should you keep in mind as an international student who wants to stay in Sweden? What are the key steps for work permits? We'll cover all of that so that you can start planning your next move. One of the biggest questions international students ask themselves is, how long will it take to find a job? The truth is, Swedish recruitment processes can be slow, sometimes taking anywhere from a few weeks to several months. Unlike in some other countries, companies in Sweden take their time to review applications, conduct multiple interviews, and carefully select the right candidate. That means two things for you. Apply early. Don't wait until after graduation to start your job hunt. And be patient. Even if you don't hear back immediately, keep applying and networking. To maximize your chances, make sure you're strategic about where and how you're applying. Use multiple job search platforms, tailor your applications, and network with professionals in your field. The best way to bridge the gap between student and employee is to use your internships and thesis projects as a stepping stone. Many students in Sweden land their first jobs through an internship. Even if an internship isn't required in your program, try to find one. It's one of the best ways to gain experience, meet industry professionals, and even secure a job offer before you graduate. If you're in a STEM-focused program, your thesis can be a direct pathway to employment. Many companies collaborate with students on their thesis projects, and some even hire them afterwards. When choosing your thesis topic, consider what companies you want to work with, because your thesis isn't just about finishing your education, it's about starting your career. Now, let's talk about the bureaucratic side of things. Visas, work permits, and the legal steps you need to take to stay in Sweden. It might feel overwhelming, but it's incredibly important to get everything right so you don't run into issues later. So let's break it down based on whether you're an EU/EEA citizen or a non-EU citizen. If you're a non-EU citizen and you want to stay in Sweden to look for a job after graduation, you'll need to apply for a jobseeker visa, also called a look for work after studies permit. Here's what you need to know. Apply before your student permit expires. This permit allows you to stay in Sweden for up to 12 months to search for a job. It can only be extended through a work permit or self-employed permit, meaning you'll need to secure a job offer that meets the Swedish Migration Agency's requirements within those 12 months. And financial requirements apply. You'll need to prove that you have enough savings to support yourself while job searching. Importantly, stay up to date on legal changes. The Swedish Migration Agency has very specific requirements, so always check their website for the most up-to-date details before applying. If you're from the EU/EEA, the process is a bit simpler. You have the right of residence, meaning you can live, work, and study in Sweden without a residence permit. You can start and operate a private business if you want to be self-employed. You must be self-employed, employed, a student, or have enough financial means to support yourself to maintain your right to stay in Sweden. You may also be eligible based on family ties to an EU/EEA citizen, but check with the Swedish Migration Agency for more information on that. Even though you don't need a visa, make sure to register with Skatteverket, the Swedish tax agency, and follow the correct process for getting a personnummer, or Swedish personal identity number, if you plan to stay long term. If you're offered a job while still studying, there are some important things to consider. Switching to a work permit means you can't easily switch back to a student permit. If you leave your studies to work full-time, you won't be able to reapply for a student visa from inside Sweden later. A degree increases your job prospects. While working might be tempting, remember that having a Swedish degree can significantly boost your career opportunities, especially in competitive fields. Leaving your studies could make future visa applications harder. If you quit your studies once, the Swedish Migration Agency might be less likely to approve another student permit in the future. If you're considering taking a job before graduating, think carefully about the long-term impact on your career and immigration status. If you land a job and need to apply for a work permit, here are the key steps. First, secure a job offer. Your employer must offer a position that meets salary and employment condition requirements. The employer submits the application. Your employer will typically handle the initial application process. Meet the salary requirement. Your salary must meet the salary requirements at the time of application, so make sure to stay on top of this. Submit required documents. This includes your passport, employment contract, and proof that your employer follows Swedish labor laws. Wait for approval. Processing times vary, so apply as soon as possible. If you apply for your work permit before your student permit or job search permit expires, you can start working once you submit your application. Transitioning from student to professional life in Sweden can be both exciting and challenging, but with the right preparation and mindset, you can set yourself up for success. By understanding how long job searches take, how to use internships and thesis projects to your advantage, and the key work permit steps, you can navigate this transition smoothly and take full advantage of the opportunities Sweden has to offer. If you're ready to take the next step, start preparing now and stay informed about your work permit and visa options. Good luck with your journey. Lycka till!